Hello, dreamers, and welcome back to Dream Queen by Perla. As always, guys, thank you for all your love and support. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing to the channel. And if you haven't done so, I encourage you to do so. It helps with growing the channel, getting the video out there for more people, as well as keeping me accountable. For personal readings, all that information can be found down below in the description. So we have Aries Taurus Cusp. And again, guys, these are general readings, so only take whatever applies and leave the rest. We have this energy of time. You're analyzing, or you're looking at a time. Maybe you feel like you're running out of time in a situation. There's this energy of time. For some of you, this is not wanting to waste any more time when it comes to following your dreams and your goals. There's something that you've given enough, I want to say that you've given enough time to. Now, this can be, maybe you've given yourself enough time in order to learn something, or to decide to go back to, excuse me, to go back to school, or to get a new job, or to finally get into a relationship, or start dating, or whatever it is, or something that it's almost kind of like you feel the time is up. And as much as you wanted to continue, let's put it this way, to procrastinate and not move forward in the direction, there is this hard push that is telling you, or that is reminding you that there's never going to be the perfect time. And there is divine timing, but that's not the same as the perfect time, right? When we talk about the perfect time, is usually when we want to have everything in order, right? We want to believe, or we have this illusion that the perfect time means that nothing is going to go wrong, that there's going to be no challenges, that everything is just going to be sunshines and butterflies. And it's like, no, sweetie, that is not what we're talking about here, right? So a lot of you need to get out of this energy where you want to have this perfect time to go ahead and get something, or to go ahead and move in a direction, or chase a dream or a goal. Because at the end of the day, there's always unexpected, right? There's always going to be challenges. There's always going to be something present. And what you have to decide is like, okay, are you going to allow all of the challenges to stop you, right? A little side note, right? Or a little incident that occurred this morning, right? I had gotten up, right? I'm an early bird, so I got up and I was doing my workout, and mid through the workout, the lights go off, like everywhere, right? My iPad shuts off, everything, and I'm like right there, I'm like right in the middle of this workout, and I was like, shoot, right? So then I go ahead, I head to the basement, and I reset the fuse. And I'm like, in my head, I'm looking outside. I'm like, okay, I hope that there's nothing that blew or anything like that, right? So I go downstairs and I reset it, right? And the lights come back up. But by the time I'm done resetting it, right, and the internet comes back on and all of this other stuff, right, it is time to get the kids to the bus. So there, I'm already behind scheduled, right? Well, in my head, right, behind my time schedule. So as I'm driving back from dropping off the kids, I'm like, well, I can always leave my workout for tomorrow, or I can do it tonight before I do cardio, or I could do this. And I'm talking to myself, and I'm like, Perla, stop. You got time to do it. Like, you got more than enough time, right? And then I got in, I went straight back into it and finished it, right? But I could have taken that opportunity and escape it. I could have taken that opportunity that, for whatever the reason, the thing tripped, the fuse, whatever it's called, right? And I could have used it as an excuse and not to show up, right? Or not to continue on with the workout. And that's kind of like what I want you to kind of look at. There are going to be hiccups. There are going to be days where it's not going to look the same, right? There are going to be days where your energy, your vibe is not going to be the same, and that is perfectly fine. It is okay for you to be you. What you shouldn't fall into is in this space of, just because you're facing certain challenges, you completely give up, or completely stop something halfway. So let's go ahead and let's pull out a love energy card. Now, this can be any type of relationship, romantic, platonic, self, spirituality. Blinded to pain, number 13. So a lot of you are in this space of, because you have had so many challenges, because you have had so many things going against you, you feel that if you were to start something, you're adding more, what is it, more fire to the, more fuel to the fire, more fuel to the fire. But in reality, you're not. What's adding fuel to this fire, where you feel like you don't have the time, or where you feel like you have to keep on pushing your dreams aside or your goals aside, is yourself. And that's something that you're going to have to come to terms with, right? I went to nursing school while my youngest was a child, like a baby, right? I went back to school for legal studies when my youngest were in preschool, while working overnights. So a lot of the things that I've done and I've accomplished, I've done and I've pushed myself through this energy and this space, where things weren't perfect, where I had to literally force myself to show up every single day. And that's kind of like the way that you have to look at life, right? Whatever it is that you desire, that you want to go towards, you have to go ahead and make sure that it is a priority for you, and make it so by realizing that now is the time to get started. So let's go ahead and let's pull out your closing message. The Graveyard. We have number 18. There is a song that bellows in the peace of knowing no end, in acknowledging the crossroads of eternity. I'm going to read that again because I startled too much. There is a song that bellows in the peace of knowing no end, in acknowledging the crossroads of eternity. So again, when you realize that there is no end game, let's put it this way, there is never going to be a perfect time in the way that you want it to be. That there's always going to be crossroads. So there's always going to be choices. There's always going to be detours. Then you allow yourself to just go for it. You allow yourself to go ahead and follow what it is that you dream of. Follow those goals, those desires. Well, guys, that is all that I have. Sending every single one of you love, strength, and blessing. Guys, take care. Love you all. Bye-bye.